This past week, I thought there was some negatives at times, but there were a lot of positives that came out of this past week. At Jacksonville State, we didn't make shots again, and we didn't do the things that we needed to do to win that game. But we turned the page pretty quickly and went into Tennessee Tech, and I thought played extremely well. As long as the kids play as hard as they're playing and they're giving us the effort, it's very hard for me to be upset with them. You know, we're still in the process of trying to learn and grow and mature in the way we play the game. But Tennessee Tech's a very good basketball team, very well coached, one of the best teams in the league. And for us to go to their court and push them like we did says a lot for where we are at this point. UT Martin, best team in the league in my opinion. Another tough game for us on Thursday. Our OVC schedule has been pretty brutal for the most part, but you just, attack the next game. So we know what we're up against Thursday night. Chelsea Perry's best player in the conference, in my opinion, but they have a lot of very good players, and Kevin does an outstanding job. And, the injuries that they have sustained this year and the fact that they're able to still be at the top of the league just says a lot about what he does and what his staff does in recruiting. So we have a lot of praise for them. The SEMO game at SEMO is a game that we know that we got to go into, and we got to try to mimic the things that we did here that made us successful against them.
Tell us about Alexis Burpo. I mean, she's had good games, but my gosh, she was incredible on Saturday.
She was, and played 40 minutes and was able to play with that energy and that effort the entire time. But, that's what the kid's going to give you. She's going to give you everything she's got. She'll tell you she's not the most talented kid on the floor any night, but she's got one of the biggest hearts. And she went out and did what we asked her to do. We talked about being really aggressive, getting as many shots up as we can, playing as fast as possible. And she really took that and ran with it. 18 points, 14 board, outstanding stat sheet. But it's the little things that Alexis does as well defensively. She was locked in. So just really proud of her progression and her growth. And if she can continue to give us that energy and effort, I think that's going to help us along the way.
Mathematically, percentages come and go. Alexis' percentages right now over the last couple of weeks not been so great. How hard is she working to kind of get those three-point percentages back to where they were in non-conference play?
Well, I mean, it's a problem. And, I mean, she's aware of that. We're very aware of that. I mean, she needs to make open shots. But, as a coach and as a mom that I have children of my own, sometimes praise and pick me up goes a long way. So we're not harping on the misses. We're telling her continue to shoot because that's what shooters do. We're loving on her a little bit. She's had a tough week. And so she'll be okay. She's a fighter. She's a gamer. I've seen her make big shot after big shot over the years. And so we expect her to, at any time to really break out of that and start helping us make shots.
How much closer to 100% do you think Macy Gibson is getting? She hit a big three against Tennessee Tech and played some more extended minutes after being in the starting lineup early in the year.
I think as long as she has the brace, she won't get to 100%. I think it slows her down. It mentally messes with her. When we do drills and stuff that she's not required to wear the brace because it's non-contact, she moves so much better. She's more free. But, that's part of the healing process, that brace. So until that brace comes off, I don't think we'll see her get to that point. But she is continually working to try to get herself to that point. But, a lot of the game is mental. And I think when she looks down and sees that brace, she still has those thoughts in her head. So we're just trying to work through that, continuing to get her lateral movement better. But that was a big shot she made at Tech, and I expect her to continue to come off the bench right now and give us a spark.
Is that the physical threshold on her part or a time threshold that's been set for her?
No, I think it's just what they wear it. Some doctors wear it for a year. Some doctors never brace. I've seen both. So you just go with what you trust and what the doctor says, and so she'll be required to wear it throughout the rest of the season.
Saturday after Tech's win, Kim Rosemont said in a Hard Radio show afterward, we were all kind of scrambling around, that she will definitely have her team working on rebounding. She took a lot away from that game. Is that something that you take away from Saturday's game, knowing that Tech was much larger than your team, and yet you guys scratched the board so relentlessly?
Yeah, after the SEMO game, we did a lot of running on Monday. I think it was 14 22s for the 14 offensive rebounds we gave up that was over our goal. And so we took a lot of that to heart, and then we did a lot of rebounding drills. And the one thing that I say is a positive for me in the Jacksonville State game and the Tennessee Tech game is we went to work on the glass. And we only gave up 11 offensive boards to Tennessee Tech, which was obviously bigger than us in most positions. So we did fix some things. Our biggest problem right now is the basketball will not go in the hoop. And so we can't score the basketball, we're going to have a hard time winning, especially against the schedule that we're going against right now. So it's my job as a coach to try to continue to figure out ways for us to get more shots, figure out ways for maybe us or use our defense to turn into offense. And it's my job to continue to build their confidence, to make them believe in themselves that the ball will go in the basket. So that's what we're working on right now. Again, I can't fault the effort that they gave us on Saturday. The execution wasn't perfect, but it's not going to be with this young group. But the ball's got to go in the basket.
About Martin's press last time was just so effective, and you have a short turnaround to kind of correct that. Are there things you can do to maybe do a better job against the pressure they'll throw?
I think so. I mean, I think the fact that we've already played them once, because you can't emulate that in practice. No matter how hard we try, we cannot emulate Chelsea Perry and those type of athletes because we don't have them on our roster right now. So, just learning and watching film and showing our guards where they made the mistakes and where the open spots were and just, little by little trying to help them along the way. But I do expect us to handle their pressure better than we did the first time.
Here at the midpoint of the season, I know there's a lot of conference left, but about halfway through with the games. What do you feel like are some of the biggest improvements from the start of the season to right now as you're sitting here?
Well, I think that there's a lot of things that we've done well. Our defense has been pretty darn good this year. A lot of people don't take a look at that because we're not scoring any points. But after the game, when you've held a Division I basketball team to less than 65 points, you should feel like that you have a chance to win that game, but not when you score 55. So there's a lot of positives. Our kids are getting another year of experience under their belt. I think you can see the growth in this sophomore class, night in and night out. Lacey is getting, this is her first Division I experience, even though she played at a high-level junior college, not the same thing. So our kids are getting more and more experience and getting more and more comfortable with the things that we're doing. I think Mac's been a big bright spot the last several weeks. She's kind of finally turned it on and played like we know she's capable of playing. And so, if you truly believe that it is a process, and the only way to get to the end results of that process is to take it one day at a time and be patient, then I feel like we're building in that process. Now, if we are all about winning right now, we're not getting it done. But I do think that the winning will come.
You've been with Macy, obviously, for a long time, but once she made the jump to the college ranks, from day one there to where she is now, what have you seen her improve the most on over the last year and a half?
Well, I just think her aggressiveness. I think that people probably would never believe me when I say Macy is not a score-first mentality. She wants to be a true point guard that wants to get everybody involved, wants to make the great pass, wants to set somebody up. And she was able to do that a lot more in high school because, boy, was she surrounded by some really good players at that level. But I have asked her to turn into a score-first point guard, and I think she had difficulty with that last year. And I would say you're not shooting the basketball enough, but I'm shooting. No, you're not shooting it enough. You're not seeking offense enough. That's finally clicked this year. She seeks offense. She wants the pressure. She's accepting of the pressure. She wants to take the big shot. She'll take it on her back. And I think that's the biggest jump that I've seen in her that maybe people that really don't know her don't understand. That was a big, big step for her because she is so unselfish, and I had to ask her to be a little bit more selfish.